Hello friend, welcome back to Auto Resource YouTube channel. You can see here with me 2014 Subaru Outback. This one has 2.5-liter engine and I will be doing engine oil change. And this should be extremely easy operation, right? I have a lift here and I will start with pulling slightly that engine oil dipstick. Here you see engine oil filter. And I will open here this filler. Subaru is nicely up in the air, so I can show you where is that engine oil drain plug. This is engine oil pan and here is the drain plug. I have here ready my engine oil catching pan and I have 17mm socket here, right? And that will help me to break loose this plug. I will be paying attention to the gasket which is underneath it, right? So you have to watch for that and slowly, carefully release it so I don't make any mess here. Here we go. And it's nicely coming, right? The oil is really dirty, it's really dark. Not sure if you can see it, but yeah, there was definitely time to do this service. Here I would like to show you detail of that bolt. That's the drain bolt, and there is a replaceable gasket, right? So that's always good to replace that later when we will be putting it back. Here you can see it after 30 minutes of draining, and there is very slow drip still, so I don't have more time to stand around. I will put a new gasket on that drain plug back, right? Put it there by hand all the way in. And now it's the question, how much torque I will use for this. And here you can see my torque wrench, and then I will be using 40 Newton meters. You hear that? Done. So now I will do the final cleanup, wiping off, and I'm ready to lower the vehicle. Now the car is down, I can continue with replacing that engine oil filter. Hopefully it was not over tight and I can remove it by the hand only. And yes, look, the previous technician did a good job. It's original Subaru. They didn't over tight it, and it was possible, I was able to remove it by the hand only. Fantastic, I love it. You can see here how looks that original Subaru filter. My next step is to get rid of that oil before I will be installing new filter. My next step is to get rid of that oil before I will be installing new filter. Here is the new filter for this car. This one is from Vicks, right? You can see it right here. That's a pretty good standard quality. You can always take a little bit of oil and lubricate slightly this O-ring, right, before you are screwing it back here. And again, it will be by hand only, right? It's very important, you don't want to over tight it. And that's it. I want to have it perfect, so I will keep cleaning for possible very small amounts of the oil sitting down there. And after that I should be ready to start pouring the new oil. You can see the Subaru nicely put here. It's a 0W20 and I know it is a fully synthetic oil. I like to use funnels to minimize possible spills, right? And now how much oil? And if you check your owner's manual, it says that this engine, when you're replacing the engine oil filter, takes 5.1 quarts of that fully synthetic 0W20. This is from Toyota. because I'm Toyota certified tech. I mostly work on Toyota, so I will use this one. So I have put 5 of those, pour them in. Let's see how much oil I have in the engine, right? Dipstick wiped off, all the way in and out. Oh yeah, and it's perfectly touching that top mark. I hope you can see it right here, right? It's touching, so it's full. I can remove all these, which means I can install this filler plug, right? I always first clean it and nicely screw it in, and I'm ready to go and start up the engine. When I do this part, I always make sure on that startup that I observe that engine oil pressure light. It needs to go off really soon. Oh, did you see? It disappeared right away. So this is perfect. And I always go immediately to check for possible leaks, right? If everything is okay here, this stick is right, and also underneath the car. I normally let this engine run for approximately 1 minute. After that I have to wait at least 5 minutes, that's a minimum, and that makes me, gives me chance to do the final check of the oil level with the dipstick. Most of the time oil level a little bit lowers, right, because the oil spreads through the engine. And you might need to pour here a little bit more. And I'm done with this service. All I have to do, put that maintenance interval sticker on the windshield for the owner, and this is all done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a thumb up. Make sure you are subscribed. I have way more coming on this channel your way soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, my friend.